Well, today is a very special day for Hall Ambulance Service, and certainly the employees that will be able to staff this new station. It represents the first new facility that I have built in 16 years, and you know, we try to do things upright and try to make the accommodations as best we can for our employees while on duty. The ambulances that are parked outside today are two of our new ambulances to make that a part of the new environment here at Roseman. And you know, one of the things that has been very good to us has been the Roseman community. There have been a number of you that are here today that were present when we broke ground.
That's right.
A number of months ago for this new facility, and people have constantly came by and asked questions. Well, when are you going to build? When are you going to do it? So today is that final day, and we have had a number of outstanding partners help us with the development of this project, and we've identified them on our poster board here. What a beautiful building. It makes you want to become an EMT, I'll tell you. But you know something? The Rosemont Municipal Advisory Council, the Rosemont Community Service District, and along with the merchants on Diamond Street, have a plan to revitalize Diamond Street. Harvey, I think you just jump-started that facility. Thank you for doing this work.
I was here at the groundbreaking, and I was one of these people kept asking, when was it coming, when was it coming? The wait was worth it, though. I can say, you know what, I never want to use the service, but I'm glad to. It's a beautiful facility, folks. You know what, when we see them out here, let these paramedics know. Several months ago, I was in Antelope Valley Hospital with my son, and I had to compliment one of his technicians on how much professional they were versus some of these other paramedics. I think you have a good staff. Thank you very much, and like I said, welcome to the neighborhood.
I want you to know that I feel that this facility here is really the jewel in the desert for East Kern. And I think you demonstrate to the community the worthiness of your organization. I wish you well and a lot of success. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Lancaster Rosemont Chamber of Commerce, I'd like to present a certificate of appreciation and recognition to Mr. Hall.
Okay. This is now on the count of three. Okay? All right. 1, 2, 3.
I like what's happening to Diamond Street. Gee, you look at Crazy Autos, and you know the ideas of redevelopment is a real positive thing.
Sure.
We could have a nice comeback for the area, and we got the chamber right down the street, so we're excited.
Yeah.
There are a lot of positive things happening here, the water bank and some other redevelopments. So great opportunities here in Rosemont.
Uh-huh.
Came out very nice. We're
Yeah.
very happy with it.
Uh-huh. And how about the timing of it? Was the timing a little slower than normal, or was it just about right for this kind of project?
Time is a little slow. You know, we had some problems throughout the project. Nothing insurmountable, but you know, we found some underground issues that we needed to address that we had to excavate early on in the project, and there were some delays. But overall, it came out to be a really good project.
Yeah, it looks like it's well built, lasts years and years, right?
It's going to be a very energy efficient building. It's going to be a very maintenance, I don't want to say maintenance free, but it'll be a low maintenance kind of building. I think it's going to serve the community really well.
Yeah, great time working with Mr. Hall on designing this facility.
Well, it's unique, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Certainly an upgrade to Rosemont. Tell me a little bit about working with Mr. Hall.
You know, he always insisted. It was not a cliche, as they mentioned in the ribbon cutting. His willingness to kind of go above and beyond. His desire to really provide a Class A facility for his staff and the community. He was very sensitive to that through the whole design process.
Really?
And so, after reviewing many schemes, he decided that this was some really kind of matched the vision that he had for this community. So it was very enjoyable working with him on insisting for that Class A kind of direction and quality.
Very happy day for my employees at Hall Ambulance to be able to pull this new facility together and make this accommodation and be a part of the Roseman community in a permanent way.
with this new facility.
Well, Roseman thanks you very heartily because this is a first-class addition to the community of Roseman.
Well, that's kind of my style points. That's how I do things. Make everything look the best that it can be and make it functionable for my employees.
The other day, the boss was out here kind of doing some end of construction inspections and whatnot. Sat down in the recliner here and said it was all he could do to keep from taking a couple-hour nap. But he had to get back to Bakersfield. We needed him over there. This will be our field supervisor's office.
Okay.
All of our paramedics have their own bedroom now. And then each crew will share a bathroom. So we'll have 2 crews here full-time, which is something new for us also in Roseman. And then each crew has their own storage.
Sure.
We've got A, B, and C shift. We have
I see.
that are assigned to this station.
Uh-huh.
And then each crew's quarters also has its own wall-mounted big screen TV. So this
Isn't that convenient, huh?
yeah, this is going to be the station that everybody's going to want. I see that coming right now.
This could be the Hilton, couldn't
It
it?
could.
Sure.
When I come to work in my wheelchair, I can just run in.
Crews, when they're here for 48 hours. So we really do want them to feel like effectively they're at home and they can cook their meals and have a good quality meal and not have to hit fast food all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
We've got all the comforts of home. And then this is our supply room.
Isn't this great?
So we actually have medical supplies, station cleaning supplies, everything that you can think of that our crews would need. Our ambulance bay is actually set up to be able to park 4 units in it.
Oh yeah, look at this.
This is the bay.
Uh-huh.
Where all of our equipment will be kept.
Uh-huh. Are you going to have 4 ambulances here all the time, or?
We'll have 2 ambulances here full-time.
Okay.
And we may have other ambulances here that are backup ambulances. We do a lot of special events out of this area covering things like Willow Springs Raceway.
Sure, when they have a big race.
Exactly. So we have extra crews that come in for those events.
Yeah.
And those crews can pick up their ambulances here. So we may store some other ambulances here, but 2 of them will be manned at all times.
I see. And how about going on base to Edwards? Do you?
We actually back up the base as they need us, and then we're also backing up our other areas. We cover Boron, we have an ambulance in Boron and that sort of thing. So absolutely, anytime that Edwards needs us, we're available to respond right out there and take care of them. And then depending upon where on the base it is, if it's closer to here or closer to our Boron ambulance, would depend upon which ambulance we would send.
Sure, I see.
I started my ambulance career in August of 1960. And at the present time, I was working as a hospital orderly at Mercy Hospital, living at home with my parents. And one afternoon, I ran into an old friend when I was waiting for the bus in downtown Bakersfield. And when you don't see someone for a while, you always inquire, well, how you doing? Or whatever are you doing? And
sure.
They, my friend Danny Tinsley passed on to me that he was working for Valley Ambulance Service. And I said to him, I said, well, you're doing what?
Yeah.
I said, what a terrible job. How can you stand that job? And he says, no, he says, I dare you to come down and ride with me tonight, and we'll run all over the community with red lights and siren, and it'll be a hoot, man. I said, oh, no, man, I can't do that, man. I'm reluctant to do that. He says, well, go home and talk to your mom and see what she has to say about it. And so that night, she encouraged me to ride, so I went down and rode in the ambulance that night from 5 to 2 in the morning, and the next morning the company manager called me and said, Harvey, would you like a job as an ambulance attendant? I said, yeah, I think I would.
The leap from being an ambulance attendant to creating 11 ambulance sites and having lots of other people doing that, that's a big jump. Now, how did that happen?
Well, I spent 10 years as an apprenticeship in ambulance management after I started my career. And then in 1971, February, I decided, well, I want to do more for ambulance service in Bakersfield. And the only way I could do that is if I started my own company. So I started my own company with 2 ambulances and 4 employees, and now I have 72 ambulances and 425 employees, providing service to 89% of Kern County.